Hey YouTubers, going to do a campground review of a place I really liked in Dickinson, North Dakota, which is kind of western central North Dakota. We'll drag in here a little bit and you can see where Dickinson is. And the campground is on Patterson Lake. And it's right off of 94, well, a little bit off of 94, but a good location for me to continue my long drive back to the Upper Peninsula. So here we go, let's check it out. They were great sites. I don't think they were full hookups. It's been a while and my memory isn't always great, but there was 30, 50 amp and water, and there was nice barriers between each site, and there was a dump station obviously, and they had a shower house that was pretty nice. Could use a coat of paint like many places, but it had good hot water and good pressure, so that's what I'm always looking for. The campground was really clean, which is nice, and here's a little map of the lake. And then we'll start looking around. There's stuff for the kids to play in, a big pavilion if you want to have a group gathering, play some volleyball. It had a bunch of different names that I saw. One part said Lions Park, another said Dickinson Park, and then Patterson Park, because this is Patterson Lake, which was a pretty nice small little lake. I liked it. I'm trying to talk fast because I don't want this to be too long, but it was a big park with a lot of things to check out, and let's go see the little lake right now. Nice little lake here, Dickinson, North Dakota. Here's a pole. I'm standing on the dock. There are people some jet skiing and tubing off the back of it. I used to do that. And kayakers. As well as a nice campground, it obviously gets used for day use for the local community and stuff like that. So it's a really neat place to check out. A lot of stuff in it, a lot of plankton and stuff. After wading in the water, I read a sign posted that there was some danger, so I went and showered real quick and got it off me. This is just off the property. Here's where you sign in, a little building where you check in. Here are the rates that I hope will help you. And a little bit more look at the campground. Really nice. You can see all the bushes and small trees between the campsites, which makes it really private. Just a lot of good things to say about this place. I really enjoyed my night there. And it has a pretty lake. And now I wandered quite a ways, because again, it's big, to the primitive camping area. And looked around there a little bit, and the sights there looked fine too. It was really hot, so that wouldn't be on my agenda for this trip. But a lot of places to wander and explore, and if you get out away too far from stuff, there's an outhouse if you need it. Along bike paths, really nice campground. Also, it's not too far from Teddy Roosevelt National Park, so you could go back and forth. Kind of use this as a base camp if it's too crowded at the national park. So now we're going to go see the sunset and check out the rails just outside of the campground. If there is a downside, the one downside is you can see how close the railroad tracks is to the campground, and there were a couple trains that came through at night, but the sunset was beautiful. Now let's check out my van. I haven't shown you that in a while. Thought I'd take a look at that Rust-Oleum paint job after about a few months and about 3,500 miles on it. I just washed all the bugs off, and they're coming off real well. If you catch the light right, you can still see the hail damage I had before I did it, but I think it came out pretty well. Holding up. 20 bucks. All right, enough of that, and we'll go back to sunsets over this pretty little lake. I'm not playing any music, just letting you see the campground and soak in the sun. I do have to say I'm still not overly thrilled with how my cell phone does sunset pictures, but I still like sharing this lake with you. It's a nice campground. I highly suggest checking it out. If I get back this way, I will definitely do so. I wish I'd brought my good camera so I could zoom in closer, because at first I thought that was a swan, but it's not a swan. It's got almost like a pelican head. It might be some kind of heron or something, white with an orange beak. I don't know. Kind of a sunset. A couple more hours. Maybe it's an iris, but it looks big. It looks thick.
would be my guess. It's in the heron family, I would say. My guess is an iris.
I don't know as much about birds as I would like, but I'm always happy to have a sunset and a lake to watch it over.
Well, I don't know anything about Patterson Lake, and I'm probably not going to Google about it. So I don't know if this is natural, if this was possibly a quarry that got turned into this, or it's a reservoir that was filled. I don't know. It's pretty though. The sun setting over North Dakota.
It's just a really nice way to relax after a pretty long day of driving with a 17-pound cat on your lap. Look, a bunny.
That's a little baby bunny. Get back to where it's safe. People will eat you here.
That noise you can't really hear is a train that woke me up in the middle of the night. I tried to record it for you. That is the downside. So all said, I give this place 2 thumbs up. I highly recommend it. Have a great and wonderful day.